All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. Pastor Dow here. Woo, just waking up top of the morning. Got my coffee here. Coming on here this morning because not only is my inbox being blowed up with people want to know what's going on with this Russian-Ukrainian thing, I just thought I'd come in here and give my take, my personal take. Now, mind you, when I give you my take of what's going on, I'm also going to give wisdom and knowledge of what we should be doing. That's the difference between myself and a lot of other content creators. While we all are kind of somewhat glued to the events that are taking place today, what we need is direction, and what we need is to know how to preserve and to protect ourselves. In another video over my Patreon channel, I'm going to go into great detail in that too. But for right now, let's talk about this Russia-Ukrainian invasion thing and what has taken place over the years and what's happened. Well, the truth is, regardless of what news outlets say, and regardless of what networks are saying, regardless of what people have on their take, listen, I don't have a dog or a puppy in the game. I just don't. But one thing I do have in this game is truth. So I'm going to tell you exactly what is going on, okay? What is going on and what is going on today in the world concerning this Russian and Ukrainian situation is this. NATO has been pushing hard against the Russian border. Russia wants to continue to keep a buffer between NATO and the borders of Russia itself. Now, let me get this right. You got Russia over here. You have Hungary down here. You've got Poland over here. You have Belarus up here. Okay, so, all right. What is going on? Well, I can tell you this right now. In 2008, 2009, I believe it was, somewhere along in there, Vladimir Putin told NATO, listen, stop pushing against our borders. Stop acting like that, everything is good and fine. Quit being so damn arrogant, and stop trying to plan strategically around my country. Well, guess what? NATO didn't listen. So what happened? Russia went into Georgia, crushed it, all right? Fast forward to 2014, I believe it was, okay? Same thing. NATO is pushing, again, strategically, like trying to make chess moves to get close to Russia and its border by. And one way they do it is trying to bring in other countries into NATO. All right, so Putin is watching all this, right? Next thing you know, he told him, listen, I'm telling y'all, leave my borders and leave this buffer alone. What happened? Putin goes into Crimea, cross them. See, y'all starting to get the picture now? This man is telling people straight up, and this is what the world don't understand. You know, you've got all kind of people calling him a killer, a murderer, a dictator, a tyrant and stuff, as if America has its right to say any damn thing. Well, anyway, as we go on, the beat goes on. So now we fast forward, Ukraine, along with NATO, has been flirting with bringing Ukraine into NATO. Putin says, damn it, you people are not listening to me. You're just not getting the picture. Okay, that's fine and good. Guess what? Into the capital city of Ukraine. There you go. That's pretty much the history in a nutshell. So how does this affect us over here in the West? What's really truly going on? Well, really not too much. We have deployed 3,000 troops into Syria, right? They're sitting there in Syria right now, and that's the only thing they're going to do, just sit there. The West does not want this war. That's why you hear Canada with this impotent prime minister up there, and you hear Biden, they're talking about sanctions. Let me tell y'all something about Russia. Russia's been planning this for a very long time. They can grow their own food. They're not worried about the sanctions. They made a deal with China quite a bit of time ago, maybe about 6, 7, 8 months ago. They made a deal with China that's going to infuse $136 to $146 billion into its economy. I do remember history where Trump was over, I think it was the G8 conference and stuff like this, and he turned around and he asked Germany and France and some of the other NATO alliance countries. He said, okay, what the hell y'all really doing? I'm paraphrasing here. What y'all got going on? And let me see, let me get this right. You want America to protect you, Germany. You want America to protect you, France. You want America to protect you, England. But then y'all turn around, Germany, which has a lot of money, and you make a deal with Russia and Putin, and you make a deal with a pipeline, and you make a deal with the gas line, natural gas, and you're giving them hundreds of billions of dollars, but you want us to protect you. That doesn't make any damn sense. And of course, you know, Trump was calling them out on it, and they had no answer whatsoever at all. That's the reason why he defied a lot of things that was going on over there in NATO. Why? I mean, America's done nothing but being raped and taken advantage of, the whole 9 yards, and America's getting nothing for it. I can tell you that Russia is not thinking about, don't even care about the sanctions that are going on, that are imposed by the West, because the sanctions cut two ways. They cut both ways. They don't really mean nothing. What are you going to do? You're going to stop the financial flow. You're going to stop this. You're going to stop that. Well, guess what? Suppose, hypothetical situation. Let's just suppose that Russia goes in and he locks down the grid over there in Ukraine. All right? And let's just suppose that he has some type of a cyber attack or some type of an attack like that on Ukraine. Do you know the ramifications and the ripple effect that's going to take place in that? Well, I can tell you this. Putin played his cards well. And I know one thing, the West wasn't listening. I bet, and I guarantee that the West has Putin attention now, because that's exactly what he's looking for. Listen, put yourself in their shoes. How many times we've been told over and over and over again that Russia is the evil, wicked empire, Russia's this, Russia's that, Russia this, but that's what they say. That's what they tell us. Are we so much ignorant, are we so much fools that we're going to believe that? I mean, think about it for a second. What is Russia doing that is any different than America and what America has already done? I mean, America can get up there with a shell of a president and say, make no mistake about it, Russia is the aggressor. Why are you in front of the cameras? What deals does it make? I mean, why is Canada prime minister in front of the camera? It makes no difference, because, I mean, if you want to talk about killing and murderers and every damn thing else, well, how does America champion itself in this? It makes no sense, none whatsoever at all. I know one thing, that if I was the president or prime minister of a country, and I see people that oppose what my country is about and what I want to do, and y'all continue to keep getting closer and closer to my borders so you can have easy access to make a preemptive strike on my country right here, I would probably do the same damn thing to beat back everybody else. You see, what we got to do is, with this manipulative American news media, stop believing every damn thing that they say and start using some self-autonomy. We've been told over and over again that Vladimir Putin is the enemy, but yet and still, when you look at his footprint, I don't see him that way. And I'm not for Russia or against Russia. I just literally don't see him that way. But when I look at the hypocrisy of the West and what's going on here in America, there's no way in hell I can believe anything that Joe Biden or this administration is saying. Because when you look and see the way that they have done concerning this particular ass sickness has been going on in the world, you look and see the way they have managed the American people, and they're trying their best with their tyrannical, draconian laws and dictatorship and rules. And I mean, did you not see Canada? Canada's supposed to be a first world country. Look what they done. See, the difference between Canada and America is that the Canadians don't have guns. Now, they may have rifles and all the other stuff, but America has guns. That's one of the difference right there. But look what they done. And I tell you, when it looks at for the fact that they're going to stamp out all residue and resistance, man, Trudeau and them went in with a strong arm and strong-armed the citizens of Canada. And I'm going to ask again in this video, as I end this video, are y'all proud to be Canadians? So anyway, we're going to keep our eyes and our ears glued to this situation right here to see what's going on. But I'm going to tell you right now, now, don't get me wrong. Anybody can pop off on a war at any given time. And you notice China, they're keeping their mouth shut about this whole thing. But they are secretly supporting Russia. You can believe that. The West ain't going to do nothing. Listen to all the rhetoric. Listen to all the talk they're talking about. They're not talking about moving no troops in. They're not talking about war. Russia's going to take back over Ukraine, period, point blank. Ain't nothing going to be done about it. The citizens are fleeing the country. And I've got a video I'm going to do on Patreon, and it's going to be a damn good video that all of us, we need to start thinking coming up immediately after I get finished with this one. Hey, hope y'all